We live.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2. Let me check.
Phone's
One
looking
and
tough
two.
without the case, man.
It feels
I know
good
you
without
said the case,
too.
bro. See, that's the difference between you got the 15 Pro Max and I got the 15 Plus. Mine's way thinner. The back feel way different. I can't. Without a case, I be feeling like there's barely anything in my hand. Full circle. Well, welcome to Wealth Wednesday. We about to get this whiteboard going with the
Full Circle Wealth logo spelled out.
you know what I'm saying?
What's up though, man? It's 90 degrees in Seattle right now. It's feeling like one of them days.
It's 90 degrees in Seattle. I seen Vegas was about to hit 106 today.
Man.
I just got back from San Diego looking at the palm trees. It was hot and humid out there.
Man.
I know everywhere is hot. Stay hydrated. Get you some water. But how you feeling today on this Wednesday, man?
Feeling good, man. I can't complain. Woke up feeling great. Still feeling great. Later's gonna be great.
I know, man. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good, man. We starting right now at noon, man. You know, I guess coming back from the trip, and now we're doing Wealth Wednesday. You know, it feels a little different. You know
Brother hopping off the plane, getting straight to work.
You know what I'm saying? It feels a little different, you know, being able to have the moment to, you know, decompress and get out of the everyday environment and come back into it, you know. I'm really getting, you know, stepping out of the normal routine and realizing this is what we got to come back to. You know, we built this, man. We built this routine from the ground up. We built this schedule from the ground up. I mean, hopefully you guys is inspired because like, we doing it right in front of us, man.
So
in front of you guys. But any announcements, anything you want to say before we just get straight into the Wealth Wednesday?
Hey, man. Wake up, go to sleep. Thank God every single day, man. He put you in position, man. He put us in position, man. And we doing what we like to do. Figure out what you like to do, man. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started, man. First things first, man. Let's bring up the flow, man. You guys see we got the charts up here, but let's bring up the Wealth Wednesday flow so we can have exactly what we about to get into today. FCW disclaimer: this is not no financial advice. You are seeing Flask and you are seeing Go Getter look at the chart in our own way, from our own perspective, and telling you what we like to do because we love these financial markets so much that, hey, we want you guys to be able to understand them and take advantage of them the same way we are. So, not financial advice. Do your own research. So, you know, let's go to the daily time frame, man. You know, let's go to the daily time frame. And we're going to go to the daily time frame. Each candle represents a day. You know, I'm going to talk about, well, let's talk about first. We got that resistance all the way up here near them all-time highs. That's 755, right? That's where we've been down here since, what's that? Friday, right? And so we rejected off that resistance last week. Ended up closing here on Friday. And that support level is that 740 area, right? 740, 741. So saying that to say, man, we want to talk about what happened on each day, right? So Thursday, you see we rejected off 755. We couldn't get above that level, right? That's why these levels matter, right? These are magnets. Friday, right here, you see that we couldn't get below this level, right? That 741, 740 level. This is a prime area too because market has these long wicks. And as soon as it gets here, it gets bought back up, right back up, right? You see right here, you got the sellers pushed it back down, and then it gets right back up by the buyers. We got the sellers pushed it down, but then buyers pushed it up even further back up here because I told you guys, or if you don't know, when a candle is green, that means it closed higher than when it opened. So it opened here at that low. We went as low as here, but then buyers bought it up so much that it went past where it opened at and closed up here. So that was signal to me, hey, this is strength. Buyers are coming in like crazy, which is why we see the next 2 days we end up going up to the upside. All right, back to this level right here. So on Monday, we had oil prices advance as the U.S. and Iran exchanged strikes for a ninth consecutive day, right? So for a ninth consecutive day, they exchanged strikes. This is we got the CNBC link right there, and Apple had a 2% drop weighed on the Dow Jones. But first, tell me how you feel about these consecutive strikes, man. We've been talking about it every week. It's like, what can we even say? You know, do you have anything new to say?
I think that it's gonna come to a point where it's just so much news impact that like it's affecting the markets every time, right? 9 times in a row. We done seen some type of impact on the market, whether that be the words, whether it be the actions of, you know what I'm saying? I just be prepared for the headlines, man.
Be prepared.
It's right there.
We've just been ranging. You know, this is since we hop back into this range. It's been since Tuesday, June 30th. Last Wednesday when we were on our live, we were all the way up here. We ended up testing. So it just shows you how fast things change, man. Last Wednesday we up at the high, and now this Wednesday we in the middle of the range at 748, going up towards the high, with the low of 740 is where we started this week, right? So the oil and oil prices rising up, and the war ended up causing the market to go down. So you see what we had on Friday, and then you see we gap up Monday. I forgot what caused us to even gap up overnight, and we opened the Monday at 747, but then went right back down to 742. You know, so if you guys don't notice anything, you can obviously see every time market hits a low, we get bought back up, which is why we emphasize buying opportunities, man. Right? We're taking advantage of opportunities. Last week we had the on Tuesday as well. We can move on because I was just about to talk about the memory chips and the semiconductors. You know, these are the hottest right now. We was that both Wednesday ago when you did the breakdown for us on the
computers
for the computers. So that was 2 both Wednesdays ago. We the clips is in there somewhere on YouTube, but Flash gave us a breakdown exactly what these memory and semiconductor companies do and why they're so important for AI. So on Tuesday, chip makers. So on Monday, you see that's the S&P 500 going straight down. But Tuesday we ended up rebounding. So on Monday, all those top chip companies that we talked about in the semiconductor companies, they fell, right? They got impacted. So chip makers led a rebound. As soon as they fell, we see, they led a rebound past Iran headlines toward earnings. Okay, look past it, right? So like I asked Flash, I try to ask him, hey, how he feels about the Iran war. There's not much you can say because at this point we just look past it. So they ended up dropping. They snapped, all 3 indexes snapped a 3-day losing streak. Micron and SanDisk, which are top memory companies, each served over 12%, with Applied Materials and Marvell, which are more memory companies, over 8% strong on Taiwan and South Korea export data. So as soon as it dropped, we rose right back up. That is the DRAM ETF, which we've been taking advantage of the Discord in our community. So it dropped to a low of 48. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow, man, 48, right?
I was in the last couple of days too.
Right, that was Friday. I knew we dropped, but I didn't know we dropped that much, man. $48. And then right back up to $57. So we dropped on Friday, and if you didn't pick it up, you got to pick it up, right?
I was gonna say
18% already, right? So I didn't get it at 48 last Thursday, Friday, but I got it at 52, right? To add some more, right? That's why dollar cost averaging is so important. This is only $50, man. This is $50, and I believe that this is a $100 stock. And if you go from that 48, if you got in that low, back to the $100, that's 105%. We was talking and that's how much the percentages matter, man. From where we are now, right? So if you cop now instead of that 48%, you miss out on an extra 25% because now from 57 to 100, it's 80%.
Yep.
That's an extra 20%. So that was DRAM, the memory company. You got anything you want to say about this?
Broke it down perfect.
Boom. We're gonna move on to SMH, the semiconductors, right? And once again, Flash broke it down a couple weeks ago, man. So the semiconductors, you got the memory, that's the ETF we just looked at. Now we're looking at the semiconductor ETF, right? This is SMH, right? So
memory is RAM too, by the way. Yep.
Bet. Boom. You know what it stands for off the top of your head?
No. It's random something memory. It might be. I don't know if it's access.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's random something memory though.
I think Access might be it.
Yeah,
we can look it up. I think I remember seeing the Access, man. So on Friday for SMH, right, the semiconductor ETF, we ended up dropping from from right here Thursday 576 to a low of 535. Right, I have a load the boat zone. Load the boat zone. That's crazy. Have a load the boat zone meaning, hey, if it gets to this 527 level, which it did, this will be a great level to pick up.
Load the boat.
Hey,
that's us.
No.
Okay.
Shout out to I actually got it from Ian Dunlap from Earn Your Leisure. I think he calls his zones a load. He has a load the boat zone, which is throw that money up in there.
No,
you know what? We're gonna create our own. You know what I'm saying? So 527 is that zone where you want to just, hey, if it gets here, you want to accumulate as much as you can. And I like 527 because if you pay attention to the chart, you can see this is the exact level that we started the run up from that 527 to 671, right? So hey, if you want to get into the memory companies, whether you get you fractional shares or you got 500 you want to put to the side, right? You're looking at, from 537 or 527. If it gets back down that further, you're looking at a 24% gain, right? Memory companies. So the thing about semiconductors, they already ran, but for you to be able to get the best bang for the buck and get the best results, you got to learn how to read the chart and look at different and learn how to read the economy and see where things are going and read companies to be like, hey, memory is next. Hey, cybersecurity is next, right? So then we can be able to take advantage of those. And you can do it with the ETF. These are all the top companies in one that are in that sector. But since March 2026, this sector ran from 373 all the way up to 671, 80%, man. So, hey, opportunity all around the market, man. So when you see a pullback on these zones, if we get to 435 at some point, like we talked about last week, midterm elections aren't the best times, right? If we go, because we're still in these all-time high areas. If we get back down here to these areas, that's 80%. But hey, we might not fall 80%, but what if it's 40, right? What if it's 30? You know what I'm saying? Which we already did. So shit.
Yeah.
520. So hey, look, this is why you got to emphasize buying the dips, man. When you see a dip and it's a red day, take advantage of the red days. And then, you got anything you want to say about semiconductors?
He's on the money, twin.
All right, bet. Just, and now we back here on Wednesday. And Wednesday, so this is what we've done this week. We've opened up at the high, boom, went as low as that 740 and rejected off of it. And we got right back up, right? After they had a red day. So, hey, all them players that got their money, that want to invest their money, and all them big players, they see this, hey, got to take advantage of that. That's red. I'm on that. Yep. Buy it up. Hey, if you missed out, you missed out. And now Wednesday, we're still moving a little up, right? We're seeing we got past this little. I'm trying to see if we can stay above this little 748 level, right? We'll get above it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be transparent here today. We'll get above it. We got the 750 today. Because I be trading the SPY as well. I've been trading that. And today, I ended up getting burnt and getting stopped out because I thought we was going to hold above the level and go higher. But then they killed us and came right back up. Came right back down, right? So, first, risk management, very important. You got to be able to have the risk management. And second, I want to see if we can get above this level and stay above it because that will lead us up to all-time highs, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It was right here this morning. This is the 15-minute time frame. Mm-hmm. But this morning we rise up and we're not getting above it. But when we do and we hold above it, I'm thinking we're gonna go up and continue. But that's how the market gets you, man. So if you're trading, be careful, have that stop loss in place, and that's just the game.
But
man.
Hold on, we came back and retested.
Man, we did. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's how they killed. They grabbed the stop loss. You see the liquidity grab. I'm part of the liquidity grab because on the 1 minute time frame, I'm thinking we get the break and we got break and retest. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
and we opened up clean too.
We opened up
a little bit, but
where's this today? Yeah. So it's today is right here, right? Where's it at? 6:30. Yeah, we opened up kind of similar. My bad. So 6:30, we ended up just running to the upside, right? But then we get here and we stall out. My first play was I'm trying to see if we reject here. You know what I'm saying? That's really my first play in mind. But if we don't, I'm looking for break retest, right? Mm-hmm. And we broke it, right? Retested to the downside and we're rising.
Yep.
I'm part of the momentum.
Yep.
Then you come back to the level. And then you want to go, you know. So this is how the market goes. And the more you get the experience, and the more you read it, you understand. Obviously, you can't win every single trade, whatever it is that your strategy is. You should have your profits outwinning whatever it is that you're losing, if with your risk management. But the more you look at it, and the more you get to read it, and we look at it every Wednesday, we get to see what's going on, right? I get to see, okay, hey, I get to get the data, look at it for the next time. And the more I see this chart, the more I see the patterns, and the more I get to make money off the chart from investing and with the trading, man. Yeah. For the people who do want to trade, the only thing that I will say is you can't do it without that experience and looking at the chart. You need that consistency and looking at the chart. That's it. Yeah. That's why I hope you're here every Wednesday. And if you ain't been here every Wednesday, that's why we put it on the YouTube and the Discord.
Come on.
So you guys can get, familiar looking at the chart. Well, that was my SPY breakdown, brother. Whatever it is you got for us, for real. If you want to talk more about the SPY, however you want to get to it.
You had said something about getting in at the right times and right moments. Look at where we ran up from since April, right? We've already talked about how far we've came. We talking about this range that we're in right here, but when it comes to getting in at the right moments and being patient and having that good technical analysis, look right here. Just off the quick one, we just the same thing that just the official go getter was just talking about. We broke above, played with it, dropped, and then you feel me. This became the new resistance or the new support. Touched it twice or 3 times, but we was running up. It looked like a lot of buying pressure is here, right? We're on the daily time frame. It looks like there's a lot of buyers here. We come down, get this last retest. It's nothing but up from there. Now, we realistically, nobody knows, really. We wouldn't, I don't see us coming back here, though, personally.
Personally, I don't either. I'm with you.
So we played it like that. Let's just say the most ideal, that makes the most sense, because we had multiple taps here, and then maybe another level right around this area, because it's a range. It's a range.
It's a solid area.
So we're going to put it right there. This is at 707. Now, let me see what the percentage is to that based off what price is right now. That's only 5%.
That's only 5%.
And we've already been this low.
Let's see how far
this one?
That 7%. What's 627? That's a 15%.
Okay, so now let me take that back. I can't cap.
With some news catalysts and say midterm things look so bad and we get more than just, because like we talked about, a correction is 10%. Bear market is technically 20% or kind of anything more than 10%. A 15% drop is not unheard of.
Yeah.
We went, what was that last year? Remember when this was a 10%. This was the little correction. We had a correction this year, right? And we thought we was going to get that 20% like we did last year. Because last year we had that 20% from, and then we went from.
That's Feb.
That's 2025. That's February 2025 to the April 2025 drop of 20%. But we didn't stay there at all.
No.
We ran. So for the people who's thinking that this is how the market gets you, bro, it's really crazy. For the people who thought we might have dropped 10% this year, they missed out on the gains, because if you didn't cop anything at 10% and you thought it was going lower, you got missed out. They ran away from you, right? So whenever you guys get that opportunity, whenever we get that opportunity, we got to take advantage, because this year, especially with how much I've been looking at the SPY chart, and even on the daily trades and everything, I see how much that was like they're getting stronger with the manipulation.
Yeah.
They trying to fake you out.
Look at this chart.
Look, it's from here to here, all the way up there. They getting stronger with the manipulation this year. Their goal, they know that we're figuring it out a little bit better, and they want to keep faking us out to get us out so they can grab our orders and get that money, so then they can come up and make even more money, because hey, at the end of the day, they kind of don't want us in this market.
Yes.
Which is why you need to be in this market, right? Which is why we sit here and we study these charts because, hey, you guys can try to fake us out all you want. Now, this next time you thought I was finna do the, you thought I got burnt on the break and retest, right? You guys grab my orders real quick. Now I know what you're doing, you know? So now the next play, when I come back tomorrow and I do my chart studying, I'll be more prepared.
Come on.
You know? And now you get it sharpened each time.
And that's just how that goes when it becomes, when you, just like you said, when you get into that investor bag, you stocking up, saving, putting money in investing, and then you're also trading. Same thing. That's exactly how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that goes. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. This SPY, you see where it's at?
Yeah.
We're in the small range right here. If we came down this low again, broke out of it, then you know what's up. If we came up this high, then we're touching all time highs eventually. We came up, what was this, last week? Yeah.
Yeah, we got analysts saying, we made in the 800s for the year. That's what their targets are. So hey, if you watching and you pay attention, whenever you see a dip, take advantage, man. Do not panic.
It's funny that you said that too, because we know that we got midterms in November.
Yeah.
So November to December.
We've been running up. Come on, look at it. You're getting the hang of it. We've been running up for a long time. Now we've been consolidating between 760, 740.
Okay.
When we get our drop right before midterms or during that time, that's not a coincidence. And if we end the year on a nice year, that's not a coincidence.
Come on now.
Man. So
we looked up the statistics as well. We seen that a lot of the midterms, what was it like? It was like 12. It was like 17 out of how many?
It was 12 out of 17.
Yep.
12 out of 17 of the midterm years, you get markets. Basically, the markets is not doing as well as they usually do.
Yeah.
And then I think 6 out of those 17 times it was a full-on bear market. Full on, right? So we can bet on the fact that during midterms this year, the market more than likely is not going to be looking well. Right? It's going to be looking rough. History doesn't always rhyme. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often does rhyme. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper, you know what I'm saying? Prime example. What is it? What time is it? We're 12:26. Market closes in 30 minutes. We went above that level. We came back down. We even went right back up to it, and now we're coming right back down below it. So look, man.
What else we have? We tested sector impact.
Yeah, we touched on that for Tuesday, Wednesday. What else do we have? Yeah, let's look at that. Oh no, we didn't touch on the sector impact. My fault.
We did touch on the DRAM a little bit.
Yeah.
The RAM.
Yeah. AMD up 8%. Recover SanDisk Memory Company up 15%. Micron up 12%. AI CapEx doubt, right? So capital expenditures is how much these companies are spending on other things to invest into the business, right? Separate thesis. Traders are watching Google, right? Google's results specifically for evidence of return on massive AI infrastructure spend with software names hit again ahead of the print. You want to break down Google for us, brother? Right, you got it right here.
Let's see what's up.
Pull up the chart and see what's up with the Google. Google got their earnings. This is when they report all that money they spent, what they spending their money on. And like I said, a lot of these companies are getting into AI, right? They want to spend that AI on the infrastructure, the money on the AI infrastructure, the money on the data centers, the money on softwares and all these, they want to spend this money on AI and they're spending billions of it, So now us as investors, the reason why they call them hyperscalers, Google, Meta, Amazon, Apple, all these companies, Tesla, they're spending a lot of money on this AI. We trying to see whether or not it's going to make us some money.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't making no money, you spending these billions, what's going on, man? So.
And that's exactly what was happening. That's why a lot of the talks was like a lot of these stocks or a lot of these companies that have AI associated with it, they're overpriced.
Yeah.
We're like, are we really paying for what we really paying for?
Mm-hmm.
But this is Google right here. I have marked out just a few key levels. I got the low of April right here, which is at
That's where we came from.
271.
271. I was telling you guys about Google. We was talking about it when it was like $200.
We was. Hey, they really don't even remember when we was talking about Google when we was on the water. This is before the Wolf Wednesdays was on the. You feel me? We was outside with the Wolf Wednesdays. Google was low.
Google was low, man.
That was like November. Let me look real quick. That was like October. Google was low.
Okay. Google was 236. Google was one of the companies that took off because they've been just they really adapted to this AI race.
No cap.
So shout out to Google.
Shout out to Google.
If we ever hit 270 again, well, you better pray we hit 270 again. And if we do, you better sell every. You don't even pay rent that much.
No cap. You got to figure it out. Take a loan out,
so
man.
Take a loan out.
Oh, wait. Nah, though, man. We coming from this low down here, 270, all the way from this high up here, 404. This is a 48, almost a 50% gain. Solid. Now going down to the real. Backwards. Going down to the real nitty gritty. We are in between this range right here. I marked out this level down here because this is the lowest of the range.
Yeah.
But this is the level that we like right here. We had a little bit of consolidation. We broke below, closed above it, came right back down, played with it right here, then shot up.
Uh-huh.
Then we came up here, retested. We acted like we was touching this level up here, dropped below, and then came to retest it for real and dropped. And then, I'm moving too fast. We came to touch this level, this resistance level. Shot right back down to the support level.
Yeah.
So now we're here. This is a prime. These are key levels right here. But just this simple technical analysis, you can kind of see where price is at and what it's doing now. We've already came to touch this level. Look, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it rhymes. We didn't come up here. We didn't touch it, but we did come up and touch it here. We did touch it here. Who's to say if we come down this low or tomorrow could be a great day for Google? You feel me? There's no telling, but just off the fact that you know what the rest of the chart looks like, we're in this range right here. We haven't broken out of either of these since June, since the beginning of June. We're gonna be at the end of July next week, right? So this whole month we've been playing. You know exactly what position it's going in. Just based off of these key levels right here. You know exactly where to get in. You know exactly how. You know how long to hold. You feel me? To an extent.
Yes, sir. For real. You know, this is actually a great chart looking at. And then their earnings are tomorrow, guys. So look.
They're definitely projected.
Hey, so how I'm looking at it, Flash just broke it down. You see we're at the bottom of the range. This is the top of the range. This is the all-time high. I personally believe Google is a $400 stock, and we know it's a $400, $500 stock. So if you're able to get it at the less than 400, 340, 330, hey, this is how we look at the market. This is how you take advantage. And we put them in the range. Flash put this in the range, and you can see, according to the range, we ain't in the middle. We ain't at the bottom all the way yet, right? But we could get but we have earnings tomorrow. There's a chance that we don't get that low, right? But there is a chance that we do. So if it was me personally, knowing that, hey, even if Google beats all their earnings tomorrow and they're making all their money, which they most likely are, what people are watching is how much revenue are they getting from the money that they're spending on AI. And we know that their money that they're spending on data centers and stuff, that's not going to come with a return right away.
Nope.
You know? So more than likely, in my opinion, Google will do well tomorrow. They'll beat their earnings and they might still slide, but then they're going to go back up. And but if you don't know, you got $344 for a full share. Take 140, 150. You might buy some today if you want to get a part of it before the earnings. And then take another if we go lower, because there's a chance that I'm wrong and this shit just goes from 340 to 360 tomorrow.
But if you see, we were only here that last time for a day.
For a day.
So if that's the case, we can't predict what's going to happen with Google, but just based off of the chart alone, you can kind of see that we will be rejecting off of somewhere around here, even if we break this low. We're coming back up.
We're coming right back up.
Let me mark out another level, because if it does break this, it's only coming right here. There's a gap that needs to be filled.
Yeah,
it's two gaps. Yeah. Damn. Okay, hold on. there's a lot of room ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think just off the earnings alone that we'll be coming this low. But even if that were to be the case, take advantage, just like Official Go Getter said. Get in before the earnings. See what that investment does. They do better. You benefit from that. If they drop lower, you still benefit because you're getting it at a lower price. The thing about investing is it's not a losing game. Like you don't really ever lose, really ever. Like I said, the full circle wealth psychology, man. We thinking about the money that we put into this investment account. It ain't even for us. It's for us later. So with that being said, we really ain't losing. We don't think of it as a loss in any capacity because we know that this money is going be somewhere else completely in the next however long amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage.
Yeah.
That's it. Take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage, man. You got Apple. You got, we had Apple, even another company, right? Apple was hitting all-time highs. They're at 335. Apple was a company that was stalling around for a good minute. We was talking smack about Apple. But as soon as you had that hit, April 2026, right? They've been rising. Right, and they even gave us a chance to pull back after the rise, and they came all the way down to 275. Right, so and I did mention this to you guys. Apple was less than $300. This is how I look at it. You don't, like Flash just said, we're looking at the future guidance. Right, the stock market is you're looking at the future. Right, the prices are based off where we think these companies are going based off of decisions that they're making now. So if Apple was less than 200. We know it's going to be 300.
Come on.
If Google less than 300, we know it's going to be 400.
You never lose.
You don't lose. Uber. I just used Uber when I was in San Diego. I'm playing around because I don't got Uber shares for real. Look, Uber, right? Uber, yes, it's a part of the indexes, right? And it's part of the VTI, S&P 500, all this stuff, but $70, that's a fraction of what I spend on a trip. Okay. And me checking myself on this live call, hey, if I could spend that money on the trip, if I could spend this money on excess stuff, I got $70 extra to put into Uber on top of the other investments that I'm making, or I can sacrifice putting some money in dollar cost averaging into Meta, into Robinhood, whatever the case may be, and say, hey, I'm about to start dollar cost averaging into Uber. Give me a few shares of that at $70. So when it doubles and it gets to $100, I'm up.
You up?
I'm up 200. I'm up. If it gets to 200, I'm up. If it gets to 150, I'm up. Right? You want to take advantage now.
Can we see that Netflix?
Yes, sir. That's a great one to look at. Where's it at?
Might be another one.
Look it up real quick. NFLX. Netflix, brother, break us down.
Breaking us down. I've been talking about the Netflix for a second.
You can clear all that stuff you need to.
Yep. Talking about the Netflix for a second. We're on the daily time frame. Let's do a quick little analysis, man. We got the all-time high up here, remember we had the split in the middle of November, so it was 1,300 for one Netflix share, but they did a 10-to-1 split, so now it turned into $100. So if you have one share of Netflix at 1,300, now you have 10. I think that concept is actually pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Very nice. I'm waiting on my Meta split.
No cap. We need that blue. We're marking out levels right now. We below the level. I don't even want to touch that down there. Not just yet. I'm gonna mark this up here. We get the top range. This is a level, but I'm gonna stay where we are.
Where are we at? Is that something like right there too?
Yeah.
But that's a good one too, where you put 109.
Yep. Yes, all right. Excuse me. Just want to have a clear, concise. All right. We are at the bottom of this range. This is a new uncharted water. We ain't ever been before. Netflix, like I said, I've been talking about this for a second, man. When they did the split, like I said, it amazes me that you could even do that a company has that much power over their companies to do that. You know what I'm saying? When I heard about this, it was the first time Netflix. I didn't understand it when NVIDIA did it. I was like, I don't even know what that means. Netflix made sense. I've been saying anything under $100 Netflix under $100. That's the GGs, man. I've been saying that for months. We did have the CEO did step down.
And we talked about that a few Wednesdays ago. Yeah.
No cap. Look at where this price is, man. We were in this range. We broke below. We had earnings. What day was this?
If you click on it, you can click on it.
We had earnings on last week, last Thursday.
Revenue rose 13%, 12.56 billion. Net income up 9%, and 5.6 billion in stock purchases.
Yeah, I don't. So this is what they expected. This is what they estimated, and they were higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So they reported. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, man. I looked at this chart the other day. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. And, you know, it's historically with the data, you know, anytime a company does have a stock split, they usually do have, we saw it with NVIDIA too. They end up going down for a little minute. NVIDIA ended up stock splitting at like $150, but then it went all the way down to $98. Now you see it here with Netflix. You know, if we can look at NVIDIA, we know that, like I said, they were at $98 and now they're at $212 after their stock split. NVIDIA's right here. Mm-hmm. And now, so what you think Netflix might do when you know it's a quality company? Netflix might not be a semiconductor company like NVIDIA, but it's the top company in its space the same way NVIDIA is the top company in its space. So you can catch Netflix if from $68 to $150, mm-hmm. You know, $68, man. That's a good one right there. Netflix.
Understanding that they cultivated the game with the subscription-based model too. Mm-hmm. So that's the big brother. Netflix is gonna come with some hot.
Yeah,
they might like somebody to be their new CEO that killing a game.
And then you got they have their sports on there now. They got the podcasts on there now. They got like the fights, UFC fights on there now. So hey, Netflix is adapting with the times, man, and I think they'll continue to do so. So Netflix at the price that it's at $68, I mean, that's a steal. You'd be better off grabbing that Netflix instead of paying for that subscription, really. Okay. You know, and if you are paying for the subscription, sacrifice $40-$60 extra because the subscription already $20 a month.
$22.
So go ahead, cop that Netflix.
That ain't even the best tier.
And you can make money. No, and just watch TV a little bit more freely.
No cap.
You can make money knowing that, hey, you can watch TV knowing that you're making money and the money's working for you and the stock of Netflix is working for you while you're watching it and you're using it. You know, that's how I feel when I'm investing into Apple. That's how I feel when we post on Meta. You know, you give me hey, Mark Zuckerberg, I'm right there with you. You CEO. Okay. But hey, look, man, I'm part of the company. So look, these decisions that you make affect me, so you got to be making the right decisions, man. But that's why I like Mark, because Mark, he going to get to it. Mm-hmm. You know, I need to get me a pair of Meta glasses. You'll see me with those on next. They just dropped the price, and I think you can get them for like $224, the first generation ones, you know? So stay tuned for that, man. Bitcoin.
Let's break the crypto down. Crypto down. Look. We are in this. Let me scoot this over a little bit. We are still in the range that we was talking about last week. Bitcoin hasn't been doing too much, but we have been getting some movement. As you can see, we played in this range here, touched it multiple times. This is what we were talking about last week. Stayed here, played with it multiple times. Then we came into this range that we also created last week and played around in it. We also we broke above it, broke below it, broke above it, stayed at it. Broke a little bit below, but we opened up, and now we higher than where we were. Now this yellow is that prime time level. We didn't even touch it, but we did come close to it. We didn't reject. So Bitcoin is not a stock, right? But it's the same type of game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much of a different game. We reject off prices. We in both directions. You see that this is the prime level. We rejected off of bang. Played around with this level, we got low again, but we came right back up. We haven't had too much movement. We're waiting on the Clarity Act to be passed. So there are going to be rules and regulations with the crypto. When that happens, altcoins are going to explode. Crypto is going to explode. Bitcoin I wouldn't say explode, but we're gonna see that the Clarity Act is beneficial to the crypto market. It's absolutely needed to get the ball rolling. If you don't know what the Clarity Act is as well, it's a set of rules basically for crypto. It allows the I don't want to get it confused, but it's the SEC and the CFTC, which is the Commission Futures Trading Committee.
Yeah,
they are gonna have the rules over they're gonna have a set rules for crypto and like perpetuals and things like that, which is like a way that you can trade crypto as perpetuals. They're gonna have rules over the crypto, also rules over the contracts for buying crypto, because now it's gonna be a different game. It's gonna be not like options necessarily, but it's contracts that hold crypto basically, and they're gonna be tradable, just like how a stock would be, but it's not options. It's crypto trading.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's fire. We need the Clarity Act to then really get that clearance to really do what we need to do. XRP is still at $1.13. You know what's up with the XRP? I've been breaking this down for so long. I broke down like 4 real-time stories in the Discord. Let me go look at that real quick. You got it open? Oh. Let me bring it over here real quick.
Sure, do your thing.
It's here?
I forget which way it is sometimes.
Get me right, brother. Get me right.
I wonder why it's tripping. Let's see. Let's get the screen right. Usually it works.
Is it because we're full screen here?
It is.
Okay.
All right. Now we got the Discord up, y'all. Oh, there you go. Do you think, man? You can make it bigger wherever you want to do it.
We've been breaking this down, XRP for months, man. We've been going so hard. Let me just search it. Oh. Let me just search it, twin. No cap. Let me just search it. XRP. There's so much here. This is from the very top. Man, there's so much here that I have broken down. Full blown analysis on why XRP is still at $1.13, man. This is, for XRP to even work functionally, it needs to be at double-digit numbers, triple-digit numbers. I'm not putting a number on it just because this ain't what that is. But everything right here, just searching up XRP, everything is associated with XRP right here, man.
What's that, the crypto news or crypto news section of the Discord? Look up XRP and you got 4,470 results. Man.
Come on now. This ain't a game.
Ain't no game.
This ain't a game, and it's at $1.13. Crypto market is gonna take that big leap real quick. Let's look at the index real quick. Looking at the index, ooh, this is getting better over time.
Yeah, over time, better.
52 for the altcoin season index, man. We inching closer. We inching closer. The fear and the greed indicator also is getting up there. Ondo sitting at the top spot for the last 7-day gang.
Solid 23%.
Come on, the market is coming. This Ondo is sitting at 40 cents. They jumped from the lower 30, from the lower 30s, the higher 29s. Yes, we there, man. We there. That's the crypto market. Well, let me go back to the. Once we hit this level, man, we gonna really see what it's like. The Clarity Act is supposed to be passed sometime this summer. We gonna see what we doing. We gonna see how it's like.
I also saw some. I don't know if it's gonna be there, but I saw some news to my my phone from CNBC sent me a notification saying that we got Google's earnings live, but they was talking about how Senate bill. This is exactly what it is. Senate crypto bill would ban federal officials, including presidents like Donald Trump, from issuing digital assets, so he won't be able to do that stuff he did.
Yep.
But read that. You go ahead.
Man. I got you. Real quick, just to make this make sense. Yep. Everybody, now if you didn't know, Trump and his business, I'm not going to say Trump, but Trump's business created a crypto coin, multiple, that pumped and dumped. It went from cents on the dollar to like $90 to $100 something and tanked. I think we could definitely look it up and see what it is, but this is why this is important right here, and this is why it's taking so long for the Clarity Act to pass, because we have officials. We have the president making crypto coins. That's not how it goes. Senate crypto bill would ban federal officials, including presidents, from issuing crypto digital assets. Republican released an updated Clarity Act, which includes ethics provisions for federal officials and bans on crypto being used for illicit transactions. Democrats say the Justice Department shouldn't be the regulator to enforce a ban on regulated officials using crypto. Then who should? Senators could vote on the bill in the next 2 weeks before leaving Washington for most of August. Presidents and other federal officials will be banned from issuing or sponsoring cryptocurrency and any other digital assets under newly updated legislation the Senate is considering. I'm going to read it right here. Republicans on Wednesday re-released a measure known as the Clarity Act, major legislation to govern the broader digital asset market. Senator Cynthia Lummis out of Wyoming, the bill's lead sponsor, provided CNBC with its text, which now includes the first limits on how presidents may profit off of crypto. The legislation would tap the Department of Justice to enforce the ban. The agency could levy a fine up to $250,000 per day for violators. That shit's wild. Ultimately, what this is saying is the Republicans are like, not saying that we don't necessarily have a problem with the president or like officials profiting off of crypto, but the Democrats are like, we don't have a problem with it either, but it shouldn't be the Department of Justice that's making those laws. It should be coming from somebody else. But that's where I was like, who should it be coming from? Because I would figure that it would be the SEC,
right?
But they're not stated. Who knows?
Trump made about $1.2 billion in crypto-related income during his first year back in the White House, according to recent disclosure.
That's crazy too.
Trump's 2025 crypto proceeds include about $580 million connected with World Liberty Financial, the company co-founded by members of Trump's family that issues the WLFI governance token and USD1 stablecoin.
Yeah. His son's making cheese too. It's crazy. The son ain't missed. He be short.
He's on and off.
No cap.
They gave him the capital,
bro. No cap. The son gonna be going crazy.
They gave him the capital, and then they talking about they might just do a $250,000 for violators. The fact that you can even violate is because $250,000, he done made $580 million. You get one trade for $600,000 and pay $250,000. Cool.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to make another rule off that because he gonna get fined 10 times in a year. And then, because, hey, look, man. But
on top of that, he already has so much money invested. So what are they going to...
It doesn't matter, He's already, you can't really...
But also, a good thing about that, though, you got to pay capital gains tax. I mean, hold on. If you play it right, if you play it right, you don't really got to play capital gains. That's not for this... Trump's definitely playing it right. Mm-hmm. He's not. He's taking loans out on his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what Ondo does. You feel me? You can take a loan on your crypto and distribute it to your assets. So he's definitely gonna play it right. But how you gonna? You gotta get taxed. Like I feel like I don't know yet, man.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I feel like after reading the propaganda book, I feel like they put this out there to make some people in the investment community feel a little bit better, to throw some little stuff out there to make us be like, hey, we're trying to do something about this. But we know that they're not going to take this serious, and they, it's not even the place that we live in, So worry about what you can control, which is, hey, you gotta, you trying to profit just like him. Whenever he says he's talking about Intel, he's talking about semiconductor memory companies, all this stuff. I mean, Trump's trying to make his money, and at this point, like $580 million connected to crypto, 1.2 billion from crypto in his first year back. He's not stopping no time soon.
Not even close.
So you got to get into crypto and take advantage. Get into all this stuff and take advantage because all this craziness ain't gonna stop soon. In my opinion, it's just gonna get worse. I don't think we can't really recover and go back to a civil for the people country anymore. I mean, they care about this money so much, and that's all it's comes to. We got to get this bread and get up out of here and go live our life other places, man. That's all they're doing. Okay. A 40% capital gains tax, and I believe it was Puerto Rico. I was watching this dude. Puerto Rico, 4% is going to be going into the next year, but right now it's less than 4%.
Yeah.
So all these people who are making their money, they would love to be in America, but they trying to conserve the wealth.
No cap. I want to emphasize the fact that they've already been doing this too. Like insider trading, that's been a thing for however the fuck long, right? Since the market's been created, there's just no way. The people that make the markets are the people that's trading. You feel me? So gotta make that make sense. Now with crypto being another type of infrastructure, I think that creating the rules for it and putting it in that we all our monetary system is old. We have a lot of the old rules from when it. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of old rules. This is something that is new, so there has to be a good guideline and like a baseline of what you can do. I think that it is very important to have these rules as well because we can have exploiters like Donald Trump. We can have he got his whole family. They done made a coin for his wife. You feel me?
Did they? Wow.
Bro, we gotta look it up.
Millennium coin?
That's real. Let me see. Trump, we might gotta go on CoinGecko. Look at this. It's $1.60. We're gonna go to the weekly time frame. Look at where this coin came from. $63. Come on, bro. Now it's all the way down here at $1.60. Let's look at the Molina. I don't even know how to spell that. Mel right here. 80 million market. Okay, so wait. The market cap is 382 million.
Yeah.
Right. This is how much money was in this. Do you feel me? This is all the collection of money. All the supply is here. There's still a lot of fucking Trump circulating, which is crazy. There's a lot taken. That's wild. Let's go to the Molina. Shit's crazy. Right here, $80 million market cap. This came from $13. Now it's at 8 cents.
Yeah.
Come on now. We gotta get this under wraps. I'm low-key glad for these crypto rules to be in place because it only makes sense now. I know that just like this current monetary system, there is a way that you have to play in order to really play for real. Like you have to, like with a loan, you have to build your credit up to go get a loan. You can't just go get a loan with a 400 credit score, right? You can't go get a car loan, house, whatever the case is. But if you work with the banks, you have an LLC, right? You have a business. You can go take out $100,000 business loan, go get what you need to do. It takes work to get there. Ultimately, I think that it's gonna be the same type of path with crypto. You gotta have some structure behind you, not just buying or having, just buying it regularly like you can now. It's gonna be a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's see what the future holds. That'll be interesting to see. But I think it's important, like you said, for us to have some new updated policies for the new updated money that we got going on now. So let's see a bit of these Google earnings real quick. Whatever they got, Google earnings, live updates, Alphabet's AI outlook, cloud growth in focus. So here's the results. They reported a fiscal second quarter results after the bell. Earnings per share, 2.89. Okay, so they had a revenue with 116.9. Okay, never mind. I thought this is the report.
I thought it came out tomorrow.
It comes out. It comes out today after we close at 1 p.m. Alphabet conference call is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. Latest Gemini model is geared at lowering AI costs. Okay. Google Cloud is expecting to grow 64% from a year ago to $20.4 billion. So, Google Cloud alone, 2020, 64%, up from 22.24 billion. The company raised 2026 capex guidance last year, and any update will be notable. So that means that they're raising the amount of money that they'll be spending on the AI infrastructure and everything else. And because they did that last quarter, we're trying to see how it reflected this quarter, and that's what they're going to be really watching for. Google's earning marks the first major test this earnings season for the ballooning capital expenditures trade fueling the artificial intelligence revolution. So they are the first. You'll have Google, then we want to pay attention to Meta, we want to pay attention to Amazon, we want to pay attention to Tesla as well. All these companies. Apple hasn't been spending as much money on AI yet, so I don't really know what their capex guidance is looking like. I'm sure they spent some money, but it's not in the hefty billions like these other companies are. So consensus estimates from FactSet expect 187.1 billion in capex this year for Alphabet.
Crazy. So we are at 6 months in 7 months in a year.
Yeah, these companies they're putting everything into this AI stuff because they don't want to be left behind. You got Anthropic coming out. You got SpaceX coming out. I actually watched I meant to put it up in the Discord. I watched a 07 interview from Elon Musk talking about SpaceX yesterday, and it was like 20 minutes long. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is just to show you. I mean, we've known this company's been around for a long time, but just to see him talking about the things that he's talking about today in 2007 and seeing it reflect, that goes to show you why SpaceX is such a prominent company. Let's pull it up real quick.
Generational, yeah.
Yeah, generational company. They're at 115, right? 115. But something that I did see today, we still gonna hold on to it, man. We still gonna hold and wait for the next 6 months when all the stuff is done, when all the shares released. Because I saw today on Instagram, did I put it in the Discord or not? I don't think I did. I meant to, but we put it on Instagram. I believe today or within the next couple days, 900 million shares will be released on SpaceX onto the market. From the private investors. So,
I thought it was August.
But I thought so too. I don't know. I saw the Instagram post, man. I don't know, man. Let's see if we can go to the Instagram real quick.
Look at man.
Hey, go tune into the gram, man.
What? You know him?
No,
what the fuck?
I don't know who that guy is, man. But I'm trying to find. Can't go do that. Dang.
The likes. Did you like it?
I believe I did. Where we go to find the likes, man?
Activity.
No, I didn't.
Who the fuck is this dude?
Come on, man. Go tune in with the clips that we got on the skits that we got on Instagram. Stay tuned for those for sure. Let's just look up. If it pulls up.
I'm loading.
This is what I wanted to find. All right, 6 hours ago, SpaceX is preparing for right here. SpaceX is preparing to release over 900 million shares in one of the biggest unlocks in market history. That's what I wanted to see. So August, becoming eligible. SpaceX is preparing for one of the largest IPO lockup expirations in market history with up to 911.5 million shares valued at approximately $116 billion, becoming eligible for sale starting August 6th, 2 days after the company's first earnings report, scheduled for August 4th. The initial unlock allows insiders, early investors, and employees to sell up to 20% of their restricted holdings. An additional 455.8 million shares can become eligible immediately if the share price hits 175.50 on at least 5 of the 10 trading days before earnings announcement. Additional tranches of roughly 70% will unlock every 2 to 3 weeks through late October, with another 28% releasing after the Q3 earnings report. CEO Elon Musk, who controls approximately 60% of outstanding shares, is subject to a separate longer lockup and is not expected to begin selling until 2027 June. So this stock will be manipulated for a minute. We will be seeing a lot of action. We will be seeing a lot of selling pressure, a lot of uptrend movement, whatever it is. I mean, I'm waiting for this to die down.
That earnings is gonna be.
But crazy. That earnings is gonna be crazy. If you feeling a little risky and you somebody who's willing to risk the bag and all the stuff, you'll get some movement with SpaceX for sure.
No,
but nah, brother, what you got to say, man?
Generational stock right here, man. I was saying, the closer we get to $100, man, take the opportunity, man. It ain't gonna be that price for too much longer, you know what I'm saying, or for too long. It won't get that far, man. It won't get too far down in the deep hundreds. If it does even get that far, we're at 115 right now. When I was saying that I don't think that it would. If we was at like 130, 140, so we're getting in that price range of copping the field, man. No cap. I think that it will be. Just to get you started, it don't even got to be the whole 100 ball. It could be, you know what I'm saying, a good dub, a good $50. But knowing that you're taking advantage of the future is what's most important. You want to get. I'm going to relate it full circle wealth moment. Look, I like the small cap cryptos where it may only have like 100 million, 200 million in market cap, and the price is 0.004, you feel me, where it's under a penny. Those are my type of ball games right there. So when it comes to getting into stocks like this, it's nothing but opportunity. It is nothing but opportunity. Can we go to the market cap of SpaceX? Market cap is 1.5 trillion, right? So it was saying that post, what was it, Instagram? This post was saying that it was gonna unlock or the shares was worth 116 billion. So if that's the case, and say everybody sold, right? Everybody who had that chance to get that unlock before the earnings or after the earnings, if it had, it would lose that $1 trillion valuation.
Yeah.
No, actually,
it would be close to it.
Like 1.3, 1.2.
Yeah.
Because this is hundreds of billions for the trillion. Yeah, we would lose it. Ain't no we. SpaceX would be a 1.4, 1.2, 1.3 trillion.
And then as more and more get released, there's a point where it may hit 900 million.
No cap.
Because he got so many shares, and if he decides to sell some, but it's gonna get bought back up. It ain't gonna stay there. So, yeah. Good information on SpaceX. This is like Flash said, this is a generational buy. You want to buy this for the kids you plan to have in mind, the kids you got now, the grandkids you plan to have, your kid. You feel me?
No cap. No cap, twin.
SpaceX.
What else we got?
What else do we got, man? What else do we got, man? So next week we got Meta earnings. So we'll be talking about that. We got SoFi earnings, and we got the FOMC talking about the interest rates and everything. That is going to be next Wednesday on July 29th. So stay tuned for that. Chegg, let's talk about that. Break that down for us, brother.
Chegg, man. Chegg right now is a company. I'm going to pull it up. Just because I don't know the ticker, though.
This is Chegg.
Oh, GG's. Look at this stock right here, man. Look at this stock
in the pennies
right
now.
Here. We got to go to the weekly. Ooh. I'll be hurt. Ooh. Up here, price is sitting at $1.15 or 115. Yeah. Let me go back to the daily. So you know where we came from. We're sitting at 89 cents, under $1 right now. Price action trading around 89 with the market cap of 111 million, 52-week range of 0.45 cents.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What Chegg is? Sorry. It says transitioning from student tutoring subscriptions toward workforce skills / training as AI answer engines like ChatGPT Perplexity uh, displace its original study help product. The stock is down over 100% from its 2021 all-time high. Chegg, man, what happened to them guys? They're a company that would help you with your homework. They were a company that would just like I said, it skills and training. It is now overshadowed by AI. Companies like Google, right? They got their AI Gemini. You can search something up, and it's AI on your phone. Now you got OpenAI or ChatGPT on your phone. You can just search something up real quick. Siri, ask Siri a question, and she'll damn ask you if she should ask AI the question. You know what I'm saying? You got Chegg just got overshadowed by AI. Man, this is the first company to do that.
Yeah, Chegg is a prime example, of one of the top of a top company, just of one of the companies just getting overshadowed by AI. Literally, instead of going to Chegg for answers, I used to use Chegg for answers. What was that? I think I was like my senior year of high school. Chegg was my go-to. I even paid a subscription.
That's crazy.
Chegg was me. And then ChatGPT came out, OpenAI. I was already graduated by that time, but I didn't need it, right? Students seeking help, homework help, found itself in the spotlight during the pandemic as the world shifted to virtual learning, right? When COVID-19 pandemic hit, it forced education online. Chegg saw a massive surge, subscriptions skyrocketed, and so did its price. Then came ChatGPT, a game changer for the world of student assistance, man.
Crazy. You see how full circle wealth moment, man. You see what will happen if you don't adapt to the way the future is coming, man. Not saying that they didn't prepare for it. Not saying that they wasn't ready for it. They probably expected something. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't the lead runner. We had came out of COVID too, so it was it was one of those type of things, man. You see what happens when you don't adapt to your environment. You have to be able to understand and see the adaptations of what's in front of you, man. We got AI that's doing crazy stuff, and it's only growing exponentially, right? It's only going up. It's only getting better. It's only getting faster. Chegg, prime example, man. Don't get left in the dust when it comes to investment.
They did this to themselves,
No
really.
cap.
All you had to do was pivot and add an AI or partner with OpenAI somehow, or just add an AI large language model to what you had.
It's a big ass sign. They got crazy headquarters,
right? Since the launch of ChatGPT, Chegg has seen a loss of over 500,000 subscribers. I mean, its stock has plummeted 99% from early 2021. There could have been ideas, right, to implement AI within their company. I don't know what happened, man. What was once an education powerhouse is now grappling with a new reality: how to adapt in a world where AI is revolutionizing the way student learns and finds answers. Chegg could have just added some more to still make it worth paying for, and whatever it is, but that's a great prime example.
Low-key, they're still cooked though, because their business model is school. The ChatGPT, it tell you how to cook spaghetti.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That it could be cooked, but that also could be an advantage.
No cap.
Because you have school, and so instead of somebody going to ChatGPT for general, you could have something where Chegg is. They could have made something where it's like, hey, for your schooling, we got this AI for whatever such and such, such and such. So it could have, hand in hand, man.
Yeah.
That's the hard part about business, man. But you gotta adapt.
No cap, man. They gotta come out with like a curriculum or something. You can go to Chegg online school.
Yeah.
Instead of just for the answers, they might get a new lane or something.
Something else. Something else. You know what I'm saying? Something else, man. Because you guys had 500 million subscribers, 500,000 subscribers since ChatGPT came out. That's a lot of subscribers.
That is.
At that point, you just didn't care anymore. You just got comfortable with relying on the education space or whatever it was, relying on wherever you guys were getting the answers from. But hey, let's see what
got too comfortable.
They are not victims of AI. Their core leadership failed to adapt, remain innovative, and have a Kaizen approach to AI, and never thought to leverage it. Shame on all of them.
I mean, That's what we just said. Realistically, you gotta roll with the punches for real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to adapt because you're gonna get tore up.
And that's the same with life, man. So make sure you adapting. Make sure that you're actually taking the time to go learn. Shout out to you if you are looking at us and you're watching this video. That means you're adapting to the times and you ain't gonna get left behind. I don't got nothing left for you guys anyway, man. What you got for them?
Nothing. Hey, it's Full Circle Wealth, man. Don't be like Chegg, man. Be like Full Circle Wealth, man. We adapting, growing, getting better 1% every day. These guys is getting washed by AI, man. You don't want to fall behind. This is why everything that we're talking about on a weekly basis is so top tier, because we are making sure that we're not falling behind, but we're also helping you, the masses, to get on this train for real, because it's not just our train. The whole world is going to move so much too fast for you to be able to catch up, man. Right now is the next 3-4 years, man. 2030, it's like the accumulation phase, man. You got to grab everything that you can to better your future, because that's what Full Circle Wealth is doing, man. We prioritizing the future. You got to do the same thing.
Gotta do the same.
It's your boy Flash.
You close us out,
It's
man.
your boy Flash, Full Circle Wealth, man. We here every single week, every Wednesday. We on the live. We on the Twitch. We on the YouTube. We on the Instagram. We're in the Discord, dropping gems. We in there, man. Tune in with us, man. Subscribe to the YouTube, man. We got a lot of subscribers on Instagram. Everybody that's on Instagram, subscribe to the tube, man. We here. We on live with it, man.
Yes, sir, man. And that's it, man. It's your boy Go Getter. It's your boy Flash, man. And this is not the only day you see us. Go tap in with us on all platforms, man. See you next week.
See you next week.